Good evening, traders, and welcome to a recap. So, if you guys are watching this for the very first time, we basically show how we did today, go over the results, share our prediction and our analysis, and you may learn a thing or two moving forward. We have a whole content strategy that is coming on the way. You guys are going to see a lot of stuff that's happening so that you guys get the daily education to make yourself a better trader. Okay, so before we begin, let's start off talking about what had happened today and how we started off the day. So as always, we always do our weekly analysis, which is the bread and butter of our success here. Now, for today, our gamma reading here, we pretty much gave a whole idea of where the market strategy was going to go based on what we have today. Just to kind of summarize this entire detail here, my notes are as follows. So I do make sure that I always write my notes prior to me releasing anything. So if I have my notes, which I use Notion for, you guys can see this right over here. Okay. So just to summarize it, today we said that the gamma probabilities to start is between 52.80 and 52.90. That's basically going to be the very hard part on the upside here, okay, where we see minimal probabilities. The neutrality for SPX is between 52.50 and 52.60, and put wall gamma confirms that if SPX remains above 52.60, that's where the market is bullish. And we mentioned here most likely SPX remains in the 52.50 and 52.80 zones, and buying calls 52.50 may work. So this is the strategy that we have here, basically going over the gammas there and pretty much giving the probability. Now looking back, you can pretty much see that a huge spike down on the put gamma over here was pretty much the tell that today was going to be bearish. Okay, so besides all that, on our key levels that we had given our team, we pretty much provided all the following levels that you can see over here. Okay, so our level one bearish was at 52.45, 52.33, and all these bearish these levels that you guys see here, they have a meaning for it. Okay, they're not just any sort of level or anything like that. They actually mean something, and these levels here pretty much tell you what exactly you need to know. So what I mean by that is if you guys look on this STX the model here, if we have hit level 2 here, it confirms the trend, meaning that if level 2 bearish hit, for example, the market will always remain on the bearish side. There may be pops and so forth, but the main trend is going to be toward the downside. Level 1 represents the gatekeeper, which pretty much is like your initial market ranges where it trades in range. Okay, so what we had seen here is right off the bat here, the market pretty much went below the futures low. It hit our level 1 bearish here. It couldn't hold it, but you pretty much see that it bounced off this level 2 multiple times. But throughout the entire day, it remained between level 2 and level 1 bearish. Okay, which doesn't reflect pretty much our on our gamma reading that we had given, but pretty much we knew to stay on the downside since our level 2 bearish had hit. Now, besides all of that, the one thing that is important to note is all our levels were pretty much to perfection. Okay, so level 1 bearish, that's where Tesla hit today, and it bounced off that. You can see that the low of the day on Tesla was at 170, pretty much right off the button here. From there, you can see that ARM pretty much hit our level 1 bullish and then dropped. That's literally right at 120 here. So if we go on this right over here, you see that ARM hit this level 1 bullish and rejected. Remember what it said? Level 1 bullish is the gatekeeper zone. You can see that pretty much coin hit a level 1 bearish, but did not hit level 2. NVDA pretty much hit our level 1 bullish, right? And I can confirm that is the high of the day at 922, and that is 922 that we had given everyone here. And if you guys don't believe me here and think that I just put these numbers prior to it happening, if you go on my analyst channel, you can see right off this bat that we give these numbers right before it happens. So we have ARM over here. For example, you see that 128 level 1 bullish. That was exactly the high of the day. Now let's go on NVDA to confirm that we call it tops and the bottoms. And pretty much when we use this analysis, it really helps. So our level 1 bullish was at 922. Boom, 922, it hit it and then dropped. Okay. AMD, we actually made some nice coin off today. We sold it at level 1 bullish at 186 and got out of there. That was the high of the day, around 186, 187. You can see that Netflix, no man's land, didn't hit any inflection point. Broadcom, so the strength for today was all in semiconductors, right? Pretty much Broadcom hit our level 2 bullish and then stopped. But one thing about Broadcom here is that since it hit a trending level, most likely it's going to remain bullish unless its news comes that affects the entire industry, okay? ASML, if we look at ASML, let me show you a better picture here. Pretty much it went above our estimated weekly high. We didn't buy calls or anything on here, but it didn't manage to really break out here. And then pretty much our estimated weekly high was off a bit. The high of the day was at 1022, but it managed to fail and then go back lower here. LRCX was very close to a level 2 bullish here. Was off by a point, 0.1. But you pretty much see how tight these levels are and so forth. Okay, so that wasn't confirmed. SMCI hit our level 2 bullish and then failed and moved lower. And Meta, actually, if you go on Meta over here, I was actually ready to buy calls in this at our level 1 bear support, which was at 484, and then it just spiked up all the way more than 10 points above that in a flash. So if we had caught that, that would have definitely worked. Okay, so I use my notes here to make sure that I understand the market dynamics. Okay, so when you start to see all these stocks hitting this inflection points, we jot them down because it's very important going forward that we keep a track on this. When we have an idea, what stocks are hitting inflection points, like let's just say if all the stocks in our watch list are hitting inflection points and we see them over here, then we know exactly which area to tackle. Do we go on the bullish side or the bearish side? Okay, and today we actually made some nice coin off our two trades that we have right now, or that we sold today, which was NVIDIA, which we pretty much, we've seen it reject level 2 bearish, level 1 bullish. It rejected that point, and then halfway through there, we decided to load up on these puts, and they started to pay. We actually rolled into the 850s after, and then AMD also, we made a nice play off this as well too, which we sold near the top. Okay, so we have an idea about where only two stocks hit their bearish inflection point, which is Meta and Coin, and we hit two bearish levels today, and compared to all these other stocks that hit their inflection points to the upside. Okay, so anytime a stock hits a level 1 bullish, that is a good time to also short it, but you also want to make sure that you see some market weakness and so forth. Okay, NVIDIA looks weaker than AMD, than all these stocks that you see over here, so that's why we decide to short it. Now, come tomorrow going forward, key things you need to know about before we end this detail off is we got Tesla numbers coming up, okay? There's a lot of misinformation out there about Tesla numbers. The consensus here that it should be around 430K, but my analysis here is that Tesla has been crushed significantly. If it even comes close to beating, or even if it exceeds analyst expectations, this stock can run. Okay, that's why we straddled both the upside and the downside to pretty much protect ourselves. Elon pretty much is offering a month trial of their FSD, and they're hiking their prices in order to protect their margins, because it's very possible that the numbers could be bad. And for tomorrow, we do have the JOLTS job openings, and Tesla going to be releasing their numbers before the market open. We got FOMC, and then we got Powell speaking tomorrow. So that's what we got for our market recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one. And if you guys are interested in joining my room and getting these levels where we hit the tops and the bottoms all the time, we want to make sure we give you that precision points on the entry and the exits. Hit us up. We are giving a discount on our monthly mentorship plan. only $100. Test it out, and you won't regret it. Okay. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the chat, and like always, let's get that money.